What's up, everybody? I'm going to be doing the 10 cool things you had no idea on your old Nintendo 64 could do. So, guys, I'm going to learn something cool today about 10 things you had no idea on your old Nintendo 64 could do. This is going to be awesome.
It's about time you dust off that old N64 you've got tucked away in the back closet. Not only can you relive some great gaming memories, but you can also use the console to discover things you never knew about it before, including online gaming, special accessories, and ways to play all the classic Nintendo cartridges you own. Before you get all nostalgic, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new content. Without further ado, here are 10 cool things you had no idea your old Nintendo 64 could do. USB controller adapters. The N64 controller was a very polarizing part of the console. Gamers either loved it or hated it. Either way, the controller mapping and layout was pretty much essential for any game worth playing on the console. This is why it can be so frustrating to emulate classic N64.
I love Nintendo 64. It was so much fun to play. It was the best game system ever. I wanted this system so bad. I wish I can get it.
Games on the computer. While trying to play them, it's extremely hard to map out on a keyboard or use some other type of controller with the game. Your best option is to connect the classic N64 controller to your computer's USB port. This can be done thanks to a variety of USB adapters that were made specifically for the controller. Multiple controllers can be plugged into the USB adapter and work instantly for computer gaming. This means you can dig out your special gold-painted controller or one of the futuristic clear controllers with views of the technology inside. Not only will these controllers work well for emulating N64 games, but you can also use them for any other type of computer game. Custom mapping allows you to adjust the input buttons to your comfort, and the N64 controller will become current again. Have fun mining in Minecraft with the N64 joystick. Emulating Game Boy games. Going from the large television of the N64 to the small screen of a Game Boy Color could be really disappointing for players. This is why companies spent years trying to develop ways to play Game Boy games on television consoles like the 64. While a third-party accessory allowed players to access Game Boy games on the console, there was no sound, and it could be...
This is so cool. I like this. This is an awesome console. You can play anything that you want. You can connect your Nintendo 64 controller to your computer. Reminds me of the Xbox One. You could do the same thing with the computer, or you could connect your wireless controller on your Xbox One to your computer. That is so awesome. You learn something new every single day about your console.
Filled with glitches. The only true and official way to play a Game Boy game or Game Boy Color on the N64 was with the purchase of Pokemon Stadium and the Game Boy Transfer Pack. While playing Pokemon Stadium,
Sorry about that.
you could go up and visit the Game Boy Tower mode. The way to unlock this mode was beating the Pokemon Stadium tournament on the Master Ball difficulty. Once unlocked, you could play Pokemon Red, Blue, or Yellow using the transfer pack. Not only was the bigger screen a huge advantage, but you also had the option of playing at double or triple the speed. Changing these speed options allowed you to walk much faster, get through longer parts of the game, and do a Pokemon speedrun like you've never seen before. It completely changed the way the game was played and made it much easier to play along with friends. The N64 Power Glove. Everyone has heard of the original Nintendo Power Glove. It received a massive marketing campaign, was featured in the video game film The Wizard, and was wanted...
Who had a Power Glove? Comment down below. What was your favorite game that you ever played on your Power Glove? And what is your favorite game that you ever played on Nintendo 64? Comment down below. And I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you guys are gamers back then and you still are to this day, comment down below. And what's your game system that you ever have to this day? Do you still have your old consoles? Do you still play it? And does it still work? Just comment down below what kind of console do you guys have. That would be awesome to know.
Pretty much every kid who owned the original NES console. Ultimately, the controller was a bust. and ended up being more about its crazy design than actually having the ability to play correctly. This didn't stop third-party developers from creating a Power Glove for the Nintendo 64. That's right, there's a Power Glove for the N64, but it's not exactly what you think, and lacks the great aesthetic look and design of the original. The controller wraps around the arm and goes about halfway down the forearm when worn. It features motion controls, but all of the buttons are located on the front section of the controller, where the fingers rested. There were no games developed exclusively for this controller, but it could work with the majority of the games. The motion controls were ideal for racing games. Other than racing, the heavy weight and large size of the controller made it a little too awkward to play for long periods of time. Like the original Power Glove, the product failed and left the market pretty quickly. N64 expansion pack uses. When Donkey Kong 64 was released, it came packaged with a special accessory known as the expansion pack. This pack was essentially a memory upgrade for the console, as it doubled the internal memory from 4 megabytes to 8 megabytes, which was huge at the time. While it was forced to be used for Donkey Kong and other games like The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, there were many unadvertised benefits of this add-on. One of the biggest benefits presented by many games was the increase of screen resolution. Games like Excitebike 64, Pokemon Stadium 2, Rayman 2, The Great Escape, and Star Wars 1 Battle for Naboo all enjoyed a resolution expansion to 640 pixels by 480 pixels. That was almost DVD quality back in the day. Sports games also enjoy more fluid motions, smoother textures, and increased performance for quick-paced action. For some games like South Park and Road Rash 64, the frame rate would also increase, allowing the games to look, play, and...
I love that game, South Park. I played it on Nintendo 64. It was so much fun. I would love to get a Nintendo 64 again. That's when I'll be getting that next time on this awesome videos. I loved it. I love this. I'm learning a lot about all these cool stuff and these cool items about Nintendo 64. This is so cool.
Feel better. The expansion pack wasn't just a quick cash grab for the console. It really did improve gaming, similar to the way the Xbox One X and PS Pro are introducing 4K gaming today. Online gaming. Imagine how much fun it would be to play the original GoldenEye, Pokemon Stadium, or Mario Party online. Well, that was the idea Nintendo had when it first introduced the 64DD console expansion. Even though it was promoted for months, the 64DD never actually reached store shelves in North America and was only released in Japan. Those who did get their hands on the 64DD...
This is so annoying. What the heck?
were able to use the console to connect online with other gamers. The basic features included with the RANnet starter kit included dial-up internet, access to gaming message boards, exclusive web browser features, and custom avatars. Because the 64DD did terrible in sales, the only game to ever connect online was Mario Artist. In the online game, players could exchange printers and use special printing options to create paper crafts. Even so, it was the very early start of online gaming. Now it's hard to find a console that isn't connected online, and using high-speed internet to connect players around the world. Before the RANnet starter kit failed, Nintendo did advertise all types of other features, including multiplayer gaming, game streams, and free online demo games. It would have been amazing if any of those actually came true. Backwards compatibility. Back in the day, digital video games were not as common as they are today. Nintendo rules the world with cartridges, and that's how it remained until GameCube was released in 2001. With each new cartridge console Nintendo released, gamers would have to set their old games behind and start a brand new collection. Backwards compatibility was not offered, and it was a pain for many gamers who still love the classics. Believe it or not, the Nintendo 64 could actually play both NES and Super Nintendo games. Now don't start trying to shove your old games into the console just yet, because the process required a special adapter. Officially known as the TriStar 64, the device would plug right into the N64 and turn it into a glorified emulator. All of your old cartridges could be brought back to life and enjoyed on the new console. Not only would the games work, but you could play the original Super Mario Bros. Using the N64 joystick. The add-on retailed for nearly as much as the N64, but for some players, it was worth it. Not only could you emulate games, but the device had a built-in cheat function, allowing you to use cheats and change the way games were played. Television remote controllers. Imagine going on a family vacation, checking into your hotel room, and seeing there's a Nintendo 64 built right into the TV. Well, that's the luxury many children got to enjoy during the 1990s and early 2000s. Nintendo made an exclusive deal with LodgeNet Entertainment Corporation to put Nintendo 64 consoles into thousands of hotel rooms around the world. These weren't your ordinary controllers, though. These special upgraded versions were used for both gaming and television controls. That means the TV and game inputs could be changed right on the controller, allowing you to switch back to your Mario Kart race during playing the commercials of your favorite cartoon. The games were built into the hotel's television service system and could be rented either on an hourly or daily basis. After a long day of visiting vacation spots, there was nothing better than going to the hotel for some gaming. It also helped save some space in your luggage from packing up the bulky N64 console and all of the games or accessories you owned. Along with the N64, hotel rooms were also equipped with custom SNES and Nintendo GameCube controllers. The Nintendo 64 mouse and keyboard. If you really didn't like using the Nintendo 64 joystick controller, then you probably wish the 64DD was released worldwide. One of the packages included with the console expansion was a mouse and keyboard kit. The mouse and keyboard could get plugged directly into the 64DD and really turn the console into more of a computer than something used for gaming. The official Nintendo 64 mouse features a basic gray and white design, but it also had the official N64 emblem right in the center of it, even though it features the outdated mouse ball underneath. This is still a cool and rare collectible to own. One of the main reasons these accessories were produced was for use with the Mario Artist series of games. There were actually 4 different Mario Artist games released for the 64DD. These included the Paint Studio, Art Studio, and a communication kit for sending image files and having custom print jobs created. The 4th game was entitled Mario Artist Polygon Studio and allowed players to design 3D renders of Nintendo creations and original designs. The mouse and keyboard combo made it a lot easier to control these games and essentially was Nintendo's early version of Photoshop. Playing games from any country. It's always been frustrating to read gaming magazines and see all of these Nintendo 64 games that were only released in Japan. Even if you were able to purchase the cartridge, the region locking on the console would prevent it from ever playing. This all changed thanks to the release of the Passport Plus for the Nintendo 64. The third-party add-on accessory could turn your console into a region-free device and work with virtually any game. Once the Passport Plus was plugged into the console, the game cartridge would be added to the top of it and load just like any other game. This means you were able to play some of Japan's biggest hits, which never made it to the United States. This included Bomberman 64. North America got a 3D Bomberman release.
This is so awesome about this. I absolutely love Nintendo 64 game systems. I especially like old classic game systems. They're so cool and fun to play with. You guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, and it's almost finished. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and turn our notification bells on. Thanks for watching this awesome video. Going back to it, it's almost finished.
But Japan's version was a classic 2D port of the game, known for its smooth playing and awesome multiplayer action. Another must-try Japanese game was Doraemon 3D. This game actually lets you create your own side-scrolling adventure, similar to the current Super Mario Maker. Even though a majority of the games only featured the Japanese language, you could manage to get by and understand a lot of the basic gameplay as you tried it out. Game Shark Online. First there was the Game Genie, and then there was the Game Shark. The N64 Game Shark was the ultimate cheating device, allowing you to get unlimited lives, change the way the game looked, and manipulate different settings. While a lot of players had the Game Shark 64, there was a little-known accessory that got released known as Sharkwire. Sharkwire was actually a small glimpse of what online gaming is like today. By purchasing the Sharkwire, players could connect the N64 to the Game Shark online service using dial-up internet. The whole package came with a dial-up modem, a keyboard, and thousands of codes that were already preloaded. Email and web page access were also made available, and
that is the most worst internet connection I ever had in my life. Dial-up was so annoying and it sucked. I hated that thing. That was the worst day of my life. I'm so glad that we have fast internet now. Talk about struggle with the internet.
Content was screened for children aged 14 and under. Once connected, full game saves could be downloaded to the Game Shark memory card. This gave players access to the whole unlocked roster in WWF No Mercy, every door unlocked in Super Mario 64, and every weapon and level available in GoldenEye. This was a gamer's dream back in the day, but not too many players took advantage of the great service. Of course, this is all the norm today, but you would have been the coolest kid in school if you took control of your N64 like this. There you have it. Is there anything we missed? Do you miss the glory days of simple gaming? What's your favorite N64 secret? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to The Gamer on YouTube to stay up to date with all our awesome videos. Thanks for watching.
So guys, if you guys love this video, please leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification down below, which is next to the subscribe button over here, and comment down below, which is right there. And what time it was your favorite console and what your favorite games that you ever fall in love with. Comment, and I would love to just hear all your fun comments. Thank you guys for watching this awesome video. Bye.